Did you ever notice that mannequins have really good eye contact? I'd like to go to a mannequin family reunion. I'd like to see what they eat. Here's my impression of a mannequin eating. If you like that one, I think you'll like this next one. Because this next one is an impression of a CPR mannequin. Alright, I got one more. Settle down. This one is of a Heimlich mannequin called Choking Charlie. Thank you!
For Nicole, for Sylvia. So before we go, just in all seriousness, I just want to tell you a few things, leave you with a few thoughts. So I have a vision of where we need to be as a society. And my vision is people will be working together in a workplace. Someone comes in one day and says, you know, I have a headache, and it's no big deal. People say, would you like to sit down? Can I get you some tea? Can I get you an aspirin? Someone needs to be able to go into that exact same workplace and say, you know something? I'm right on the edge of a panic attack. My voices are a little loud, and it needs to be greeted exactly the same. No big deal. Everyone can handle it. Can I get you a tea? Can I get you an aspirin? And the gap between where we are and where we need to be, inside of that gap is all the prejudice and stigma and discrimination that we are trying to educate people about. When I was first hospital, make up for the hiss you gave me when I made fun of you guys. Oh, you still remember that. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that again. Okay, so back to my thing. When I was first hospitalized, it was the late 70s, and nobody talked about mental illness back then. But the silence said it all. The silence said, this is a terrible thing. Don't you ever speak of this to anyone. And when I left that hospital, I felt broken. I felt like I would never be whole. I felt so ashamed, so embarrassed. I would literally see people who I knew previous to being hospitalized walking down the street towards me, and I would run around the block, I would run around the corner to hide from them because I did not want to be seen. I would say over and over in my head, I am nothing, I am nobody, I am invisible. And that's how I lived for almost 20 years. And indeed, that's the way a lot of us live. And kind of the deal we make with society is, if you look at me, you'll know that something's wrong. So I won't do anything, I won't say anything to draw attention, to rock the boat. I will just live in the background. I went from being one of those really annoying, obnoxious class clowns to virtually vanishing for 20 years. And now, I fast forward to today, and think of what a difference it would have made in my life to see 7 folks like you just saw here tonight get up on stage and do stand-up comedy. I would have thought, man, so this is proof that recovery is possible.
Yes.
These people have been through exactly what I've been through, and look what they are capable of doing. maybe stand-up comedy wasn't my thing. But the fact that I would have seen this would have made me think, wow, so if they can do this, I bet I can do a whole heck of a lot more than I ever thought I could do. So, we are on the web at standupformentalhealth.com. There are dozens of videos of comics, short videos, 5 minutes or so, of comics I've trained throughout North America and Australia. So it's a great place to go when you want some inspiration, when you want some laughter. If you know someone that's going through a tough time, tell them, go to this website and look at what's possible. You might think right now that you will never get better, because that's how it feels when you're in that place. But look at what's possible, and if these folks can do it, so can you. So like I said, thank you. So we're at standupformentalhealth.com, and by the way, if you're ever looking for someone to speak at a conference or train a group of comics, you can get a hold of me through my website. And by the way, that is my shameless self-promotion. This part goes on for about 45 minutes. Pretty much as long as the show was, so it just isn't funny. It's just really sad and tragic. But, and I also want to say, just on a real personal note, so I recently had I've got some really bad nerve pain in my ankles, and so that's why I'm in a wheelchair, and my wife, who came on this trip to basically push me here. But let's give my wife a hand. Thank you, Dee. And I've been on all sorts of painkillers, and nothing's worked so far, but you know what the best painkiller is being here with you folks in Austin and these wonderful comics, the best medicine. So give the comics another round. Give yourself another round for coming. And before we go, I would like all the comics to come back on stage. Come on back, you guys. Yeah, and if you guys, someone's going to take a picture, Susan, you're going to take a good picture. Come on, you guys. Coming up, okay. Come on back over, yeah. So Susan, get a good picture of this. Get a frontal shot or whatever you call it.
Who's laughing?
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Yeah. So come on up, you guys. Everyone in the light?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is Stand Up for Mental Health 2019 Austin. Give them a big round of applause. There you go, you guys. And once again, thanks to the Art Spark Texas Cap City Comedy Club. Thank you so much, you guys. Good night. We'll see you around. Thank you so much for coming.
Good.
So, you're with Mary, right? Are you a friend of Mary's?
Yes.
So, I did a